He was young, rich, and riding high off a Grammy win with DJ Jazzy Jeff. Will Smith had it all: fame, fans, and flashy cars. But behind the diamond chains and designer clothes, something was quietly crumbling. Will had made one huge mistake. He forgot to pay his taxes. And when the IRS came knocking, they didn't just send a letter, they came to take everything.
How come you don't want me, man?
His cars, gone. His bank accounts, frozen. Furniture, seized. In the blink of an eye, the Fresh Prince of hip-hop was flat broke. And here's the kicker, he still had fans screaming his name, but he couldn't even afford his own rent. That's when Benny Medina stepped in. A music executive with a wild idea for a sitcom about a street kid from Philly who moves in with his rich relatives in Bel Air. Sound familiar? That pitch would become the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Quincy Jones loved it, rushed Will into an audition at his house, and just like Faith, landed the lead role. But for Will, this wasn't about becoming an actor, it was survival. The IRS was still draining 70% of every paycheck. He wasn't acting for fun, he was hustling to survive. By the way, before we continue, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow and share more intriguing stories. Now let's continue. While millions laughed at his jokes on TV, Will was living paycheck to paycheck, trying to rebuild what fame alone couldn't fix. And that pressure? It only got heavier once the cameras started rolling. Tatiana Ali was just 11 years old when she stepped onto the set of The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. To the outside world, it looks like a dream job: bright lights, celebrity co-stars, and endless laughs. As difficult.
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of weird shit. That whole fucking, yeah, that shit weird, dude. Yeah, bunch of, it ain't right.
That label? It was career poison. According to Janet, producers offered her a new contract that slashed her salary and blocked her from taking other jobs. On top of that, she was pregnant. When she refused to sign the deal, she was out: no fanfare, no respect, just erased. Will, on the other hand, told a different story. In a 1,994 interview, he accused her of wanting the whole show to revolve around her. He even called her the Antichrist of their working relationship. That word stuck with her for decades. It destroyed her career and her name in Hollywood. And what's worse? Most of the cast stayed silent, except for one Alfonso Ribeiro. He didn't just stay quiet, he chose a side. Alfonso Ribeiro, the man everyone knew as Carlton Banks' the goofy cousin with the legendary dance, took things a step further. While most of the cast kept their mouths shut about the Janet Hubert drama, Alfonso didn't hold back. In a stand-up routine, he straight up called Janet crazy. He laughed, joked, and threw more fuel on a fire that was already burning her career to the ground. And that wasn't just a one-off moment. Alfonso's support for Will wasn't just casual, it was loud and clear. He doubled down on the idea that Janet was the problem, not the production, not the pressure, and definitely not Will. For Janet, it was like being kicked while all childhood. His performance was more than just a set piece. It was an honest display of years of hidden pain fighting to be released. Even as millions watched him shine on screen, few ever knew the depth of his struggle behind that confident smile. But as Will Smith's fame kept rising, the cracks behind that confident image started to show. On screen, he was America's favorite star, perfect mix of charm, talent, and cool. Off screen, the atmosphere on set was shifting fast. Will wasn't just the Fresh Prince anymore. He was becoming a powerhouse, and not everyone was comfortable with it. Some of his co-stars started whispering that Will had changed, that he was no longer just part of the team, he was the team. The vibe shifted, the laughs became more forced. The sense of family started to fade. As his movie career exploded, the show became less about the ensemble and more about him. That change hit hard, especially for the original cast members who had been there from the beginning. But nothing would compare to the whirlwind of rumors that followed him in the years after the show ended. whispers started spreading. Whispers that had nothing to do with movies, awards, or box office numbers. They were about secret parties, strange relationships, hidden truths behind the perfect public image. It started with pictures Will and Diddy at exclusive events, laughing together, looking a little too close at Hollywood's most private gatherings. But when Diddy's scandals exploded, those pictures didn't look so harmless anymore. Suddenly, people were asking questions, and Will's name kept coming up again and again. As Diddy's scandals grew darker, the spotlight shifted hard. Suddenly, it wasn't just about wild parties or celebrity gossip. People began digging deeper, and what they found dragged Will Smith's name straight into the storm. It all started with a resurfaced interview in 2023. Keith Duthie, same man tied to the Tupac case, dropped a bomb. He claimed he saw Will and Jada at one of Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. These weren't just fancy Hollywood get-togethers. Insiders described them as chaotic, drug-filled, and crawling with secret cameras hidden in walls. Former bodyguards claimed those cameras weren't for safety, they were for blackmail. Celebs would get caught on tape doing unthinkable things, and those tapes, allegedly used to control careers. Then came another blow. Jaguar Wright claimed Will and Jada threw their own wild parties, luring in young up-and-coming stars. But the biggest shock came from someone closer than anyone else, Will's former assistant, Bilal, a man who had worked with him for over 40 years. In an interview, he said he walked in on Will and actor Dwayne Martin in the middle of an intimate moment. He didn't hint, he said it. Clear as day. Jada Pinkett Smith clapped back immediately, calling it all lies and extortion. She said they were lawyering up, but then nothing happened. No lawsuit, no cease and desist, no legal action at all. For a couple known to shut down rumors fast, their silence spoke louder than any denial. And just when things couldn't get any more bizarre, another claim from Keith D surfaced. He said he saw Will and Jada at yet another one of Diddy's secret parties, this time describing the vibe as straight-up sinister. Strange guests, dark energy, people doing things that didn't feel right. And he wasn't the only one saying it. One of Diddy's former security guards, a man named Gene Deal, revealed even more disturbing details. He claimed Diddy's mansions were wired with hidden cameras everywhere, not just in the usual places: bedrooms, bathrooms, even guest rooms. All of it allegedly recorded, and not for fun, for leverage. According to Gene, these tapes were used like weapons. Who was at the party, who they were with, what they did, everything was saved, and some people didn't even know they were being filmed.